Hi, I'm Lewis Watson, and this is my piece for Sounds magazine.
Even if I apologize, I know there's still a hill to climb, and I know that I'll never quite convince you. And even if I apologize, I know that's not enough sometimes, although it's all I have to give you. It's called a big...
I kind of grew up listening to heavy rock, some Slipknot and kind of Linkin Park, and my brother listened to rap, and my sister was kind of heavily into pop. So I kind of grew up around everything, and I'd like to think that I'd pull influence from that. But my first kind of real experience with acoustic music was when I listened to City and Colour for the first time. I was about 16. I'd just got the guitar, and I think that he kind of really heavily shaped the way I play guitar and the way I write songs. So yeah, City and Colour.
If I apologize, I know it's not enough sometimes, although
really anything that isn't me working, a shelf job at a supermarket or something is a massive improvement to what I thought that I'd be doing. I'm not saying I didn't have any ambitions. I just didn't create any expectations, and I hope it's a good attitude to have, because I can't have any other attitude. I've tried and I can't do it. So yeah.
But even if I apologize,
Any comparison, I think, is a compliment, especially to say Ed and Ben, who are just extremely successful and extremely talented. I'd like to think that if I have just a slither of their talent, then I'd be very happy. I think really I drew, probably out of the two, out of Ed and Ben, probably the most influence on my sound from Ben. But I think that Ed's work rate, not saying that Ben's work rate isn't good, but Ed's work rate really kind of showed me that if you work hard enough at something, you can get it. My previous EPs were kind of a bit more melancholy and a bit sadder, I guess, just because they were the songs that wrote themselves. And my new EP, Four More Songs, is kind of a bit more, I guess, optimistic than my other ones. This one, I knew it was going to be a summer release, so I kind of wanted, ever since the first EP, I've drip-fed a bit more of production into each EP, so I've been playing more instruments in the studio and kind of up the production, I guess, of it. And so yeah, it was it's a very scary thing, especially when you're an acoustic artist. I'd rather people kind of see it as an evolution and more of a progression than a change.
But even if I apologize,
the album will be next year, I think, early next year. I'm a big fan of the EPs. I like to think that if I was a fan of an artist or a band, I think I'd prefer it more if they were releasing music more often, rather than a body of work that you have to live with for a year. Although albums are fantastic, I'm not shunning them, but I think it'll be early next year. So hopefully I'll write some new songs and it'll be the best album I can make, hopefully.
it's called a big...
We were in the US in January and February, and I went to LA and New York, so it was amazing. I was really overwhelmed, actually. I really didn't expect anybody to listen, just because it's the other side of the world to hit, really, and it's just a different scene, I guess, and I think that if I would have come away from that trip with and we didn't do as well, I don't think I would have been disappointed, just because I didn't really expect to do well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love America, and I was so glad coming home that it kind of got, I don't know, accepted, I guess, in a small way. But yeah, I can't wait to go back. Birdie's great, like really, really nice girl, I guess lady, and her whole crew was fantastic, and I really felt welcomed. And Birdie's quite a quiet person, and I did not want to impose or intrude. In Australia, I think she went 4.5 times platinum with her first album, and that's insane. We played 3 nights at the Sydney Opera House, and that's one of the most prestigious venues in the world, and it was just fantastic. Like, even when it was announced and she had asked me to go with her, I was just like, even if it falls through, you know, just to have been asked to play that is you know, just so great. So I'm forever in her debt for that, I think.
To see reality.
Whether you're an established artist or an up-and-coming one, the internet is a great tool. There's no other way to connect to that many people, you know, in a second. And I think it is great, and it's helped me out a hell of a lot. And you know, I started the YouTube thing purely really as a platform to teach myself to play guitar. And yeah, it kind of took off. And you know, while I was doing that, I was playing, you know, an open mic every night and you know, playing a gig as often as I could. So I think that I kind of did the pincer movement of online and kind of in real life, I guess, or IRL, as I say, on the internet. Like before I was signed, I already had, you know, I guess a foundation online, and it saved a bit of time gaining, you know, a following, and then I could release more music and I could write more music. I think if you're not using it, you're missing out.
I got a hill to climb and I know.
Just 2013 is kind of preparing for 2014, which I hopefully will be, you know, the year that kind of decides what happens for the rest of my life. It's a scary thing. Oh dear. But yeah.